You are talking about this actress who's in the middle of a divorce proceeding right now, who has also got a temporary restraining order against Johnny Depp, Amber Heard.
I should have a hat on too.
Little
I'm
Miss
matching.
Heard. Go ahead. Here. I don't need a hat. I'm not bald. Oh, I'm going bald. Oh,
No, I'm
God.
wearing his hat.
Okay.
Well,
Little Miss
I
Heard.
think that. No, let me hold this.
Hey.
So, like
Hey.
this. This guy. Ready? Action. So, you got me, like, I was taking a nap and you woke me up. You're like, let's talk about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard situation. And I'm like, well, I don't really want to gossip, but now you got me into it. Now I'm like, okay, I do have opinion. And I think that
This is not gossip.
I just want to say,
Dish.
okay, if you're a woman or a man that's being abused and you speak out and you speak up, it's one thing, like if you're an abuser, you fear for your life or whatever, you want to state that, whatever, say it, because that's healing for you to state how you feel. But
Like
then
you were afraid yourself.
you have to also be able to analyze yourself, analyze what you're doing. And I have told other women that have been involved with these similar cases before, make sure you get mental help for yourself, because it's not just the guy.
You need
It takes two to do any kind of dance that there is in this world, whether it's peace or whether it's war. And, I mean, I'm not saying you can't be stalked or something like that, or taken. I mean, those things do happen. But energetically, you have found that relationship for a reason. And I believe in karma codes, and you're karmically entangled in that because it's part of your karma to do so. And you're there to deal with it. And, you can run to the police, but I will tell you what the police will do. They're going to turn it into a bit of a money game. And they're actually probably going to abuse your abuser worse than he abused you.
And abuse the victim.
And in my certain situations that I've seen, you need to be careful that you don't throw too hard of accusations, anything beyond the truth out that's not truth. And I think that in this Amber Heard case, she needs to be careful because there's a lot of things that don't line up in her story. And it's going to come out, it's just going to come out, and then it's going to be obvious possibly that she's the one that needs the mental help. And it's kind of like I'm seeing sort of a psychic image of, if I'm allowed to say so, that she was the one throwing all the stuff around, throwing the fit.
Well, yeah, there was the photos of
I'm
the
even
room,
imagining
the broken
that she
photo
could have
and the wine
smacked
bottle.
herself with the iPhone herself even. Because I think, and it's weird, I go back and forth and I think, wow, is that Johnny Depp really wild like that? I had no idea. He was always so calm when he talked on Bravo on his interviews.
He's an actor. So
but they're both actors, and, but I think it all comes down to the fact that the first thing she did was wanted all this money from him. And I think that shows her sickness, because there's no reason that his money is her money, and the fact that she thinks that way actually shows that she's the abusive person. She's the sick person. I call it gold digging.
By making false accusations, you can get money.
And I think that someone, maybe lawyers should look into, what does she spend her money on? What kind of addictions does she have? What kind of things is she trying to sustain in her life? If she's going out and doing Botox and she's worried she can't afford it without his paycheck coming in, what is it that she's afraid of losing, having not enough money? Why is her mind so messed up like that to think she needs all that money from him? His money belongs to him and his children, and that's it. And if you're like the next woman that comes around and you date him for a little bit, you're not entitled to his money. And that's abusive if you think that you can just dig your hand into his wallet.
They got married for a short time.
And I'm starting to feel my opinion is that I think she kind of smacked herself up. And because there's a lot of strong things that point in that direction, and I get like a psychic image of that at this point. I
agree with you on this. We're in agreement that
and I kind of like
she's unscrupulous.
That the other wives came forward and said that he's actually a wonderful man. The kids came forward and said he's a wonderful dad. And if he was abusive, these children would have known about it. And maybe they wouldn't love him so much, or maybe, something would have been going on with another wife previously, that would come out, because I think he dated at least a few people. I'm sure that somebody would have eventually spoke up by now. But at the same time, if you are this victim person, and in my case, when you enter those and things, you're both the victim. You're both the victim of a really unfortunate situation. And you kind of have to get through it together. And if you can, you have to learn to harness love and the heart opening, because that's really the only way either of you are going to heal. And if you're one of these angry, like, types of women that want to go after the men with that feminist approach, you're really not doing anything